social media breakfast is now down and done with. It's a nice time, had a lot of fun. Ran into a guy I knew from a few years ago. His name's Fernando. If you ever get a chance to check him out. Fernando is a musician here locally in town. He's traveled all over the place doing different things. He's got quite a great collection of tunes. He's very funny and just the nicest guy. But yeah, if you ever get a chance, check him out. Following Bonnie home because, like a dipstick, I left my phone at home. Well, they're building a new CVS over there. Tell you what, there are so many drugstores in this town, it's not even funny. So last night I applied for the financial aid to be able to go to the class down there in Muncie to the school. Roll that up so hopefully you can hear me better if you couldn't hear me before. Where are you going, Bonnie? Gonna take the long way? Alright, that's cool. You can take the long way. I just got the short way because the light went red. Okay, we'll go the way she's going. Yep, I applied for the financial aid program. Hopefully that'll all work out. Got my application in for the program at the school. Still working the diet, trying to get the weight off because we got to get some weight off. It's not good for our health, number one. And number two, all that extra weight drives up the blood pressure and we don't want to fail that test. So see how that works out here soon. But it's going well, even with the holiday weekend this past weekend. You know, ate pretty healthy on Saturday, which Saturday is my normal cheat day anyway, to eat whatever I want within reason. I mean, can't go too crazy, but you know, I was over with Mom, so I ate pretty good on Saturday. Sunday I paced myself a little better, but Mom still wanted to go out to eat everywhere, so but I tried to eat smaller portions and healthier in general. And then yesterday was Monday, Memorial Day. We had the Memorial Day dinner, and Bonnie and the kids came up for that. We had filet mignon. Oh, fillets are good. Get them from Schwann's. If you ever get the Schwann's fillets, whatever they do to spice them and everything, you grill them up, they literally melt like butter in your mouth. I mean, it's just amazing how tender and juicy those things are when you get them. So, I highly recommend the Schwann's filet mignon. There's the mighty Coliseum. So I ate filet, and I had a small baked potato, and I had some of the baked beans and the green bean casserole, just small portions. I didn't even fill my plate completely, and I didn't eat everything on it, so I ate slowly and steadily, stayed focused on my meal, so I would be conscious of how my body was feeling throughout the entire meal. And when the meal was over, or when I was full, before my plate was empty, which is always a good thing. You know, they say it takes 20 minutes. It takes 20 minutes for your body to realize that you've eaten, and it takes that time to tell your brain, I'm full. So when you go through the weight management program, they tell you to eat slowly, and as soon as your brain begins to tell you, I'm getting full, stop eating, because you're already full. And the way they tell you to do it is, when you start eating, eat slowly. That first bite, you should notice within the first 15 to 20 minutes of starting eating that you're full, you're beginning to feel full. That's when you cut it off. Whatever's left, just throw it away, put it in a leftovers bag, whatever. Just don't eat it. And then your body will begin to learn to not think it needs to eat as fast as you can, because it thinks it's going to never get another meal. So it works. I know it worked when I went through the program. I wish I would have stuck with the program and kept the weight off, but unfortunately I didn't. I let outside stresses get in my path, and then I let instead of going back to the program and going back through the program and keeping my mind focused on keeping the weight off, I got mad because all I was thinking about was what I was eating, and always thinking about food and thinking about what I can and can't eat, and so on and so on, and I was getting sick of thinking that, and I was mad, so I just said forget it, and I just started eating whatever I wanted. And now what? 4 years later, I'm back up above the weight that I started the program, and I struggle every day to not eat everything in sight again. So, but I've already begun pacing myself. I've been doing it for 2 weeks now, eating a small breakfast. I usually will have some sort of mid-morning snack, an apple, a banana, something like that. I ran across this diet that said keep your diet as bland as possible and try to make it as much the same for each meal as possible. And your body will stop craving so much food because you're eating the consistent same thing, so your body's like, nah. Well, if that's all I'm getting, then fine. I'm not really interested in that. So, kind of experimenting with that idea. I will say this: when I started doing that 2 weeks ago, and then being with Mom this past weekend, and noticing right away how much better all those foods that I'd cut out, because I mean I've been eating, plain chicken breast with a little sprinkle of salt, pepper on it, a salad with a little bit of dressing. So, and then when you eat that all the time, it starts to lose its taste. It doesn't taste as great after you eat it several times. For breakfast I've been having peanut butter toast every day. 2 slices of toast and peanut butter in between them, so I get protein and carbs. And that satisfies me through almost to lunch. If I really force myself, I can make myself survive until lunch. And then when I hit the mid-afternoon, after lunch, which I usually eat, I always eat some sort of chicken breast and a salad. You can't eat it fried, nothing fried, because all that grease will just keep your weight on you. But dang, somebody got trenched. I'd eat that for breakfast, or for lunch I'd have, chicken something. And then about mid-afternoon, some days, surprisingly, some days after about the 3rd or 4th day of doing this diet, or controlling my diet. I stopped having the unbelievable cravings. I mean, when you cut your calories from 3,000 a day down to, 1,500 or so, your body's not happy about that. But, every day after about the third day, every day I didn't have to have something in the afternoon to get me through. But, on the days that I did, it would always be, an apple or a banana or something fruit. What else did I have? Oh, I had strawberries and blueberries too. Those were the other fruits I got. So I ate those. They were good. Satisfied that hunger. My body was screaming, "Give me chocolate! Give me chocolate!" Because that's my weight. My deadly sin for my weight is chocolate. So I have to force myself, fight myself, tell myself absolutely not, and steer clear of it so that I don't overeat chocolate. Because I will if I let myself.